Okay, so for the last topic, we are going to get into Stephen A. Smith and Zion Williamson. In-season tournament championship was over the weekend. The Pelicans got dusted by 40 by the Lakers. It was
Whoa,
an embarrassing performance.
disgusting.
Zion was out there looking not like a professional basketball player. And this week, most of the people on TV talking about this are talking about Zion's conditioning and his level of commitment. And so Stephen A. Smith was all over First Take talking about how Zion looks fat, how he was at the free throw line looking like he had a belly. And Zion Williamson didn't take too kindly to that. He has been defending himself in the aftermath of that. But Stephen A. Smith is not backing down. He says he has it on confirmed sources that Zion Williamson will eat the table. And that was what he said on First Take. So this article from Complex says Stephen A. Smith roasts Zion Williamson over weight concerns. Quote, he'll eat the table. Stephen A. Smith continues to rip Zion Williamson for not being in shape. Over the weekend, the ESPN host called out Zion for looking fat during the New Orleans Pelicans' loss to the Los Angeles Lakers in the semifinal of the NBA's in-season tournament on Thursday. It was actually the final game, not the semifinal game. Oh, no, it was a semifinal game. They played the Pacers in the final game. My bad. Quote, you look like you showed up to the game having just ate a buffet, he said on the Stephen A. Smith show. Not something from the buffet. I said the buffet, like you ate the damn table. I wasn't going to touch on this because I was embarrassed for him, but then Sports Illustrated wrote about it, and the New Orleans Times Picayune, however you say that, local newspaper wrote about it. So it's public information. He's fat. So Stephen A. Smith, of course, doesn't mince words. And here is Zion's response to what Stephen A. Smith had to say about questioning his conditioning.
Do you think what Barkley and Shaq said last week, like, do you view that as a legitimate critique?
And what exactly did they say?
I mean, essentially it was like both those guys said we struggled with some conditioning stuff early in our career, and like that got better, and we see that in this game a little bit too.
If it comes from a great place and a place where they just want to see me do better, thank you. But if it comes from anywhere else, everybody entitled to their own opinion. Can't control that.
And just for you, what's it like when you just become like the topic of discussion for a lot of people, especially after a game like that, where a lot of people just talking about you and what's going on with you and stuff like that?
It's been like that since I was 16 years old, since I came onto the scene. If I want to be one of the best players in the league, if we don't win in a big moment or something bad happens, then that's to be expected. And like I said, I'm glad we responded and just got the win.
Is there any of that stuff that you hear and you feel like is too far or they do too much or stuff like that?
At the end of the day, I can't control what no grown man do. Can't control what no grown adult does. All I can do is control the things I can control, lock in on myself, lock in on my teammates, coaches, and everybody with the Pelicans, the city, and try to win.
And I had the first question, but was it kind of on your mind that I could come out and want to really be aggressive and kind of make a point of playing well tonight after that Lakers game?
Yeah. That was a bad performance. It don't take rocket science to see that. That was not a good performance. From start to finish, they played better than us. And I say it all the time. We have a lot of potential, but we also have a lot of growth. And I think how we responded tonight was well, but I just think we got to be more consistent.
All right, so that was the understatement of the century, saying that was a bad performance. And he's talking about how he can't control what another grown man thinks and so on and so forth. Now, when he initially said these things, it was believed that he was responding directly to Shaq and Charles Barkley, but he was actually responding to Stephen A. Smith. That's the person we was actually responding to when he was talking about people criticizing him over his weight and conditioning and his commitment. So we've talked about Zion before. Floor is yours.
Yeah, we talked about Zion, and it was previously in the context of him dealing with internet slurs. Now we may have grazed on the fact that he grazes like a cow. We may have done that, but I kind of let him, go on that one. I didn't really want to harp on his struggles with his weight, but it is very apparent at this point. Watching him struggle to run up court, it's a wild scene, man. But at the same time, whenever he's out there on the floor, he tends to play pretty solid. But when it came to the in-season tournament, he folded like a deck of cards. And when last season, when they were pushing to either go into the playoffs or be in the playoffs, I'm not too sure the context. I think they were pushing to like try to get in. I think it was like play-in tournament type of stuff. You correct me if I'm wrong. But that's when he did the whole thing of, oh, no, I'm available. I'm just not feeling like Zion. Zion, in my opinion, was a freak athlete in high school. He goes to college, goes to a loaded team, and he didn't really have to play outside of just be really athletic. He can be efficient, but when you get a lot of your baskets around the bucket, you're not really trying to do much. So, so him shooting over 50% from the field and stuff like that, it comes with dunking a lot and getting layups. But I was concerned when he got to Duke. Even when he was at Duke, he didn't look like the same 16-year-old that got on the team, that was flying out of the gym. So, the concern started for me there. And now he officially looks like he's not in basketball shape. And on top of that, it looks like he's not ready for these moments. I really feel like he's just a front runner, just super talented kid that never really got a chance to play against real competition like that. And I think the reason why he didn't want to play last year when things were getting tight was because he didn't want to get exposed, similar to how he got exposed in this in-season tournament, where when the basketball court got smaller and you had to play basketball, he was nowhere to be found. I don't think that has anything to do with his weight. I think that has everything to do with his mentality and how he approaches the game. And I think how he approaches the game is correlated to his off the court fiascos that went on earlier this year. I think of how he approaches the game contributes to his in-game performance when games get tight and he can't perform. And I think how he approaches the game is how he's able to eat all these beignets and be a little too overweight. He's still a kid. He's 23 years old. He's still a kid in my eyes. He still has a lot of maturity to do. But when you're his size and his weight, you could be doing more damage to your body than good when you keep packing on these pounds in an unhealthy way. So I don't know the long-term effects that's going to happen with this, with knees, feet, ankles, toes, or whatever that can come down the line because of him putting too much pressure on himself. But yeah, I think that him as a person, I think he needs a veteran. I think he needs somebody, a mentor, somebody that can guide him down the right path. I see a lot of immaturity all over the place, and I don't want to throw him under the bus for gaining the weight. I think him gaining the weight is the lack of discipline that he's ever had in his whole life. And now that he's got a bag and now he got all these people that want to be around him, it's kind of hard to try to tell him to now do something that he should have learned in middle school or high school. So what about you, man? What are your thoughts on Zion Williamson weight struggles and the media dragging him through the mud for it?
You won't throw him under the bus, but I will.
No.
Yeah, I'll throw him under the bus, and the reason why I'll throw him under the bus is because of what you just said, because that's where I was gonna go. You, me, and our other friend, D Money, grew up playing basketball, and one of the things that we always used to say to each other, particularly when we got to college and we started to discover who we were as humans,
Mhm.
we realized that, and we used to say this to one another: how you live life is the same way you play basketball.
Correct.
And we used to say that to each other all the time.
Mhm.
So the way that you approach living life is reflected in the way that you approach playing the game.
Agreed.
If you live recklessly and make poor decisions, you're going to make poor decisions on the basketball court.
Agreed.
Take bad shots, not work on your game, not develop as a player individually. It's going to be and it's not just with sports, it's everywhere. The way you live life is also reflected in how you approach working a job.
Mm-hmm.
There's a correlation. People who cannot keep a job are the same people who maintain chaotic personal lives.
Agreed.
It's all correlated. This is who this kid is. And the reason why I feel so comfortably saying this is who he is, and when I say this is who he is, I mean this is who he is as a player. Meaning that's him. He's going to be overweight, not in shape, not in peak physical conditioning. He's going to look like something not resembling a top-tier professional basketball player, in my opinion, for his entire career.
Damn.
And the reason why I feel so comfortable saying that is look at how he lives. I correlate getting exposed, running up raw dog in porn stars. Okay, seriously. Okay, you got a porn star putting you on blast publicly for possibly getting her pregnant, and you've been running up in her raw, doing anything you can. Clearly, you don't have control of the situation because she's just blasting you all over the internet publicly.
Yeah.
She's a porn star, and you did that. And not only did you do it, but now it's out publicly because you can't control the situation. There's a correlation between one's decision to get into something like that and how you approach your career as a player. Now you done got a stripper pregnant. You in videos looking like a duck with this stripper making videos at a gender reveal party. This chick has been in previous videos pulling up her dress, busting it wide open on top of a table, and you chose to get this woman pregnant. You're now going to father a child with a straight up stripper who in circles is known for getting around dating football players and basketball players. Shocker. Otherwise, this chick is a stripper, and you got her pregnant in the midst of, at the same time, running up in a porn star raw. This is this kid's decision making. So there's absolutely a correlation between that and the fact that you don't even remotely resemble a professional basketball player who's supposed to be in peak conditioning. You're 23 years old. It is inexcusable for 38-year-old LeBron James to be running circles around you on a basketball court.
He looked like a left tackle, bro.
An out of shape left tackle.
Yeah.
Because left tackles can run circles around him. One thing about left tackles, they might be big, but they can run for days.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't even look like an in shape left tackle. It's pathetic. So I'm throwing him under the bus. You know me, bro. I don't throw the age card out there. Like, you're not gonna get that out of me. Oh, he's still young. Nah. Like, you're doing this stuff. These are the decisions that you're making. There's 100% a correlation between that and the state of his playing career. 1,000%. You can say what you want about LeBron, but LeBron would never in a zillion years be outed for getting a stripper pregnant and carrying on a relationship with a porn star, even when he was 23. So I don't want to hear the age card being played. LeBron was not doing that at 23. And look at LeBron, 38 years old, running circles around you, bro. This guy was in high school before you were born.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
and you look like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Get out of here with that. Like, I don't need a life coach to tell me to not get a stripper pregnant and to not get into a relationship with a porn star. I don't need a life coach to tell me that. I don't. He is showing that he has a clear propensity for horrible judgment. He is an undisciplined human.
Yeah.
And undisciplined humans do not know how to be professional. They don't know how to stay in shape. They don't know how to diet correctly. They don't know how to be in peak conditioning. They don't know. These things are skill. Those are learned skills. We don't innately come out of the womb with good judgment. That is a skill that he never learned. And now the chickens are coming home to roost on him. This is who this kid is. 100% with Stephen A. Smith. I think Stephen A. Smith is giving him the benefit of the doubt, which is normal. You know, that's typical. Stephen A. Smith is always like, you can be so great if you just did this. I think this is who he will be. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. So you can dismiss his decisions when it comes to women all you want. There is a correlation. You live life the same way you approach professionalism. How you live life is the way you play basketball. Look at Antonio Brown. You mean to tell me Antonio Brown didn't have another 4 or 5 years left as a productive receiver in the league? He's a chaotic dude.
Yeah.
Done way before he should have been because he can't carry himself appropriately as an adult. So this stuff is all correlated. It is. If it was just about the game, people like Antonio Brown can keep playing despite the fact that he is a self-destructive person. Now, Zion Williamson is not self-destructive on the level that Antonio Brown is, but clearly he is prone to suspect decisions.
Yeah, he is.
And that's why he looks the way he looks, and that's why he's out of shape, and that's why I think this is who he is going to be for the rest of his career.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I'm still holding out hope for this guy. I am, you know, but I held out for a long time with Ben Simmons till I gave up on him. I don't know what's going on with these new people. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, I do give him a benefit of the doubt because, you know, when I was a young person, even though I was in college or whatever, I was still I wasn't making bad decisions. I was just bumping my head a lot, you know, just, you know, not making the right ones, you know. And so, you know, just bumping my head a lot, you know, just trying to figure out life. You know, I have both parents. I had people that was cool. I had professors that I looked up to. But it was still a thing where, you know, I was still just bumping my head up against the wall. And it wasn't until I went through a few things, learned a few things that I was like, oh, that's why you should do that. Oh, this is this and that. Oh, and, you know, eventually I was able to turn the corner. But yeah, man, 22, 23, 24, man. Yeah, you know, people say you ain't no kid no more. But when you're a man, you know, in North America with the conditions, because my thing is Zion grew up, you know, he was a baby in the 2000s, early 2000s. I mean, it's a different world. I don't know what these guys were exposed to. And it's similar to the whole Ben Simmons thing. Like, I don't know what these guys are experiencing. You know, the Call of Duty kids, you know, the ones that just grew up with games and, you know, just, I don't know what's going on with that. But I feel like if there is a corner to be turned for those types of people, they would have to learn it on the fly, as we're seeing with Zion. And I feel like he's just learning on the fly. And this year, I think people just had enough. And they're just going all the way in on him, his weight, and all this other stuff. And so for a person that already looked like he struggles with self-confidence, you know, it was, you know, I still reserve something for those people that's like, all right, man, yeah, he's messing up publicly for everybody to see. But, you know, I'm not saying coddle the guy, you know, let him know, give him some constructive criticism, because I know I damn sure do. But at the same time, it's just like, understand that he's just a kid still. So hopefully, you know, I'm just being hopeful because I can hear it in his voice, you know, the shame and all these other things. And, you know, he has to live that life. And yeah, he can cry in his Ferrari, somebody would say. But at the same time, I you know, he's still a person. And I want this guy to be good, just as a person. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen. I'm wishing the best for him. Now, I know you're just being realistic, you know, not wishing, you know, but if you were able to, you know, put a money line on it, I'm with you, bro. If I got cash on this, he's following the trajectory you just mentioned. But me betting with my heart more than my head in this. I'm just hoping that, somewhere down the line, light bulb clicks for this guy. So Stephen A. Smith, he is, he's the piranha in the water. He's looking to do whatever to anybody. He's the guy that's in movies, that reporter that, they just cut to the TV and a reporter's just dogging whoever. That's Stephen A. Smith. He's in real life. He's waiting to do whatever he's doing to Zion right now to anybody. And Zion's giving him the perfect stuff to do it. So he's having a field day with it. And it is what it is, man. But I'm hoping that young bro turns the corner and stop dealing with these damn porn stars and put down the deniers. And for him to say that he ate the whole buffet, come on, bro. You ain't got to roast him, no pun intended. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You'll be the optimism guy.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yes.
I just I don't know. I think that I don't know.
No, you're calling a spade, bro.
I've seen too much already. I think I've
know.
seen too much. There isn't much of a precedent for people even at his age who
To
just
turn the
suddenly
corner
turn
like that.
over a leaf and just become a different human. But hey, listen, I am open to being proven wrong. Thus far in my life, my brief time on this earth, I can't trace many examples of being proven wrong in this regard. But hey, maybe Zion can be the start of a new ritual for me, in which I am more open to the idea of being proven wrong. But I just don't see it. I think he is too much of a slave to vagina.
Yeah.
And I've never met a guy who's a slave to vagina who just learned how to not be. I've never seen that before, and I think that his penchant for being a slave to vagina is directly correlated to the way that he approaches his playing career, his professionalism. There's a correlation between those two things. I'm not going to argue causation, but I will suggest correlation for sure. But I'm open to being proven wrong, because that boy, he sure can jump out of the gym and do his 360 windmills.
Not no more.
Whoa.
Getting off the ground, bro. Like, that shit crazy.
Yeah, good luck to you, Zion. I'm not rooting for you because I don't care personally, but I would like to see you stop making bad decisions.
Yeah,
I would
me
like
too.
to see that, because I think men in general, especially when we're talking about women, need to do better about making good decisions. So
Agreed.
that I do care about.
1,000.
But we'll go ahead and close out the stream tonight. Went a little longer. Technical difficulties on my part. I apologize for that, but I will certainly make sure that the individual video uploads on the channel will edit out the lull periods where I got disconnected. So have no fear, my dear. We will be all good. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time experiencing what we do here on the Conscious Approach channel, go ahead and subscribe. We certainly appreciate you supporting our brand of logical content. I am on Instagram at JVWins, JVWINS. Conscious Approach is also on Instagram at ConApproach, CONAPPROACH. Like and follow the Facebook page as well. We also upload all the videos there as well. Your boy's on location, so I'll go ahead and let him close himself out. Thank you for supporting our logical content, and we will catch you on the next video.
Yeah. And the name is Dogon SS. You can find me on Instagram, all right, on location, all right, at Dogon_SS, and on YouTube at Dogon_SS. Also on TikToks, all right. Now, I don't post no videos over there, but my comments are insane. Go follow me over there too, man. Dogon_SS as well. And as I say on every pod, guys, go Heat. Go Dolphins, go Hurricanes, and don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it play up, and don't let anybody get you off your pivot. All right. So until the next time, guys, hit like and subscribe, leave a comment. Shush. All right, and we'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. Thanks to all the new subs as we continue to crank out this good stuff. Happy holidays to everyone. Hope you're staying safe out there. Fellas, make good decisions. And until next time, We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace. Go Canes, top 5 recruiting class. Skirt. Don't get mad now.